What's up, everybody? It's me, your girl, Poetically Correct, and welcome to the Poet Spot. And today, I want to talk to the ladies today. There are a lot of things that us women we take and we take and we take and we take from these men, whether it be our husbands, our fathers, our boyfriends, baby daddies, or whatever the case may be. We take a lot, and we don't know how to, sometimes we don't know when enough is enough, and we don't know when to draw the line. And in a lot of these type of cases, women get hurt mentally and physically. It's very unfair to us, but we have to learn how to stand up, be strong, stand behind your word, and don't let nobody tear you down. Now, of course, it's easier, much easier said than done. And I'm speaking from experience. Like I said, my life is an open book. I don't hide anything, and I've been through a lot. I've endured a lot. And I'm just to a point now where I know what I want, what I'm going to stand for, what I'm not going to stand for. And regardless of how it looks on the outside to everybody, I know what my situation is on the inside. So by me saying that, I can talk to women on a different note, on a different level, and understand where they're coming from, and also have them understand where I'm coming from. And I hope that people take this in and really, really listen to what I'm saying, because it cuts deep when you fall in love with somebody and you're in love with this person, and you think this is it. This is who is going to be your everything. And it cuts deep when they cheat and they lie and they accuse you of things simply because they're out doing whatever. It cuts deep and it hurts. And then us women get to a point where we're like, you know what? Okay, we two can play that game. And it's never a good idea. It's never a good idea for one to do something because the other has done it. So communication is a big part in relationships. It plays a big part in relationships. So if there's an issue that needs to be talked about with your mate or whatever, you communicate with them. You say exactly how you feel. Don't let fear play a part in your relationship. You should never be fearful of the person you're with. That's never a good thing. And if you are fearing the person you're with, I think you might need to reevaluate your situation. And if you reevaluate it and you want to get rid of that person, that's on you. If you reevaluate it and you just want to take a stand and let this person know that this is what it's about and this is what's going to happen, and there's no more to BS, and that's good for you too. But just know, don't let other people hinder what you're doing in your relationship either. You have to know what you want. You have to know what kind of grounds you're going to stand on. And that's not going to be from the opinions of friends or family members who are probably going through the same thing or even worse. Believe me. You just have to stand on your own too when it comes to your relationship. I mean, nobody wants to hear the truth, but it is what it is, you know? So, on that note, I'm going to read a poem from my book today. And for those who are just tuning in and don't know what my book is or don't know who I am, I'm Markia. I go by Poetically Correct. And this is just my little poet spot where I just want to be able to read my poetry when I want to and say how I feel when I want to and have people chime in if they want. Anyway, this is my book, and it's called My Thought, and it was self-published, well, locally published, so it's not in store, it's just something I have, on hand. Um, anyway, I'm gonna read a poem dedicated to women in an abusive situation. And once again, this is me speaking from experience. I've been there, I've done it. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking just because I've seen somebody go through it. No, this is stuff that I've actually been through. So I can understand women in this situation. But just know there are brighter days ahead. And just know that you can take a stand and you can be the woman you want to be and you can make that relationship what you want it to be if you want that. If you don't want that, that's cool too. But just know that you're still beautiful and don't let nobody tear you down. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. So this poem I wrote is called Domestic. So here it is. How does it feel inside? Is it a manly feeling to see the bruise you left on her eye? What goes through your mind? Is it a control thing? Do you get a rush from this shit? Domestic. What would you do if it was your mother or daughter? How would you feel if one day it was all over? How do you expect her to keep coming up with an excuse? Busted lip, black eye, bloody nose, all from the abuse. Domestic. She's damn near helpless, lying on the ground, and all you can say is, get some ice, it'll go down. How dare you have such a nonchalant attitude? How dare you make her think she is of no use? How dare you get in bed and want to have sex after you made her suffer through hours of your violence? Domestic. Quick to raise your hand when you suspect her of doing wrong. Quick to raise your hand when you're questioned of doing wrong. But always seem to need her when you're behind those bars and those days and nights seem so long. Always ready to apologize in those phone calls and letters. But when you get in the world, you damn near dead her. When does it stop? When does it all end? I guess when she's 6 feet under and your life sentence begins. Domestic. This is a serious, serious situation that goes on a daily basis in homes, and people don't even know what their friend or what their family member is going through, what their coworker is going through at home. It happens a lot. It happens too often. And too often women just throw it, sweep it under the rug. It's not something to be swept under the rug. It's something that needs to be talked about. There is a problem within your mate if this is happening on a daily basis. This is something that needs to be worked out. He needs to work out within himself or she. It's not just men hitting women or mentally abusing them, because it's not just about physical abuse neither. It's mental abuse too. And mental abuse can be the worst because it will tear a person down to a desperate or not desperate. I want to say, well, yeah, a desperate place, and they can become depressed, so depressed, and you never know what can happen from there. So mental abuse plays a big part too. Women, take a stand. Men, take a stand. If this is what you're going through with your woman, take a stand and know your worth. Know that you are worth something. You're beautiful on the inside. You're beautiful on the outside. And you have something to offer to the world. Don't let nobody tear you down and take that away from you. Love yourself, people. Because when you love yourself, then you can give love back and you can receive love. Love yourself, know your worth, know that you are somebody. On that note, this will conclude the Poet Spot. Tomorrow we have Jala coming in as my first feature poet. Jala is from New Haven, which is also where I'm from, and I would like for you guys to tune in and just to hear her speak and hear me speak and just poets coming together on this poetry movement, because it's becoming big, especially in Connecticut. So y'all hit me up, subscribe to my channel, and subscribe to my channel and give me some views, comment. I love y'all. I appreciate the support, and I hope this becomes something bigger than where it's at right now. And I can only do that with the help of my supporters and those of you who supported me and continue to support me. I appreciate it. And y'all have a nice day. I love y'all. I'm out.